Welcome back to our G Extreme accuracy series for slingshots. In our first round of videos, we focused on the perfect aiming process. In this round of videos, we're going to focus on the perfect release and what goes into that. This series of videos should be seen as one concept, one accurate chain of events. If one of the links in the chain is missing or done incorrectly, you will not find your desired accuracy. So it's one concept, one complete accurate chain of events. So while we delve into all the ingredients which makes for a perfect release, we need to remember that all the elements and ingredients involved in that perfect aiming process are still at play. So let's get going with this first video about the perfect release. And in this video, we will look at how you set up for that perfect release and how you prepare for it and what the ingredients are with regards to the setup and preparation process. In order to execute that perfect release, you want to experience just enough tension as you draw your slingshot or your bands backwards, and as you come onto target in that final moments just before the release is finally effected. The tension that you experience must just be right. Now with this slingshot here, the bands here, I've set these up to be perfect for me. The right amount of tension, this is exactly what I want to feel also in that final seconds before the release. Just to quickly illustrate. Yellow bands are my optimal length. And with these, I know I've got the right amount of tension. The other band set is about a centimeter or so shorter, and I shortened them to see what type of speed I could get out of them when playing around with larger ammo. But if I draw them back almost here at this stage, about 60-70% into the drawing process, long before I've even anchored, I immediately start experiencing some difficulty. Now it's this point in time where it needs to be a gradual draw and it needs to be soft and comfortable, and you must easily be able to anchor. You don't want to fight your frame and slingshot in order to hold him still. In other words, these bands are too short for me to perform that perfect release. I will not have the correct, I need to apply too much pressure and too much tension between my fingers in order to grip them, and I need to fight my frame in order to come onto the target and be as still as possible. That is not optimal. You don't want that. You want a smooth draw and you want to anchor with ease. The opposite is also true. You do not want to have a band set that doesn't have enough tension. If your bands are too long, you're going to come to full draw and anchor, and there will just be not enough tension to effect that final portion of the release, which we'll get to later. So you want to experience a fair amount of tension, but just enough for you to still remain comfortable whilst on your target and whilst you effect the necessary tension between your fingers and in your arms and in your back. You need to find the pouch that is perfect for you. My choice will not necessarily be your choice, but you need a pouch that you can grip and apply the necessary strength and tension to in order to keep control over your ammo throughout the whole process. You also want to feel the ammo in a certain manner through your pouch between your fingers. We'll get to that a little bit later, but for now it's important to know that when you set up your system, your bands and your pouch, it needs to be perfectly tuned for what you want to do ultimately throughout your release process. And it ties into the aiming process as well. There's many different ways to skin a cat, and also many different ways to hold your ammo. One such way would be to hold it from the side and grip it and let it rip. And you can be fairly accurate with it in such a way. I use it to shoot my clay ammo with when I especially when I want to do a bit of speed shooting. But I've also seen that one can really be accurate with it that way. I do, however, prefer to grip my ammo a bit differently. I prefer to do it this way. Now, to each his own. Absolutely to each his own. I've just found that this is a bit more accurate way for me to shoot, and I can do all the steps and perform all the steps in my release process much better with holding and gripping the ammo this way. So what you want to do is to place it on the top of your forefinger and to grip it with your thumb ever so slightly so that there is just enough tension to keep the ammo there through your draw cycle. You don't want to place your thumb in front of the ammo. It needs to be on top of it so that once the release happens, it could slip out in a straight line to your target. You also don't want to place your ammo behind the top edge of your forefinger. You don't want the ammo to hop over the finger. There shouldn't be a lot of flesh and bone in the path of the ammo going to the target. In other words, once it leaves your hand, it needs to travel in a straight line to your target. For one, you will not ever experience any frame hits in doing so, but also that is the exact way in which you can obtain extreme accuracy. There's just one more very important aspect that you need to pay some attention to when gripping the ammo between your forefinger and your thumb. And that is that you do so with the same angle of your thumb every single time. I've found that after I've made a fair amount of shots, that I do tend to slack down the pressure in my thumb and I create a different angle. So my thumb is actually flatter than when I started out. I do that. And I've seen some other people do it as well. The effect of that is that once you come onto full draw and anchor, with a flatter thumb, you'll see that you will effectively have a lower anchor point than with your thumb placed in this higher position from the beginning. So just be sure to look out for this angle on your thumb as well. And lastly, when you draw and you find your anchor, the way in which you hold your hand against your head needs to be exactly the same every time. Even if you do a 3/4 butterfly or a full butterfly, you need to have the position of your hand exactly the same every time. Same applies to when anchoring against your face. So you cannot have your hand twisted out or turned more to the inside. It needs to be exactly the same time. And the shape you create with your hand, seen from this side, must be exactly the same. So before you draw, get your hand into that position and keep it throughout the draw cycle and continue to do so until you've anchored and until you've let the ammo fly. So your hand must be exactly the same shape every time. You can't have your fingers more open or more closed or apply more pressure throughout your hand uh, between different shots. It needs to be the same for every single shot. So your position of your hand, once you've come to full draw, needs to be exactly the same against your face every single time. Stick around for the next number of videos where we will discuss that final crucial portions of the perfect release.